Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda Kimmel
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54,
a General Hospital fan podcast. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the General Hospital recap for December 19th through 20th, not 21st, 2024. We have a couple of Port Charles pipelines. First was just Jessica was super excited that we gave her a shout out on our last episode. She has a big old smile on her face now. So, hey, you're getting another one.
There you go.
And then Vinny bought his wife the Deceptor for Christmas, and he'll let us know how she likes it. She doesn't listen to the podcast, so we can mention it if we want.
There you go.
Love when we have a husband fan and not the wife. Totally fine. Nothing wrong with that. And then Holly, stop with the insider trading. Now Curtis and Michael are doing it. Seriously. Like, we learn nothing.
Nope.
I took very spotty notes this week, but
I watched like almost everything last night, and you said you watched almost everything today. So we should be fresh on it.
We should. Absolutely. I'm just not doing my super detailed notes right now. I've had other things popping up while I'm trying to. It just has not worked out very well. But this upcoming Port Charles 411 is lucky number 16. Last week, we picked up with Jacob Young doing the tour of everywhere that he had been with Helena this week. But I think that this week is actually when they did the tour. It was the fifth. Oh, sorry. Nope. Episode 15 was finding out that Lucky was alive. Stefan had kidnapped him, stuff like that. Now, this week, we are going to be with him and Helena as they embark on the tour of what made Lucky, you know, like as he grew up and everything. So tune in for that.
Yay.
And then the Hulu headlines for this week. On Monday, Jason supports Jocelyn. Elizabeth weighs her options. Lulu has another touching reunion.
So Tracy.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. I'm like, what? I'm sorry. I'm just not remembering Lulu stuff now. Anna, Mac, and Felicia put their heads together, and Carly is determined. Tuesday, Maxie issues an invitation to Cody. Sasha holds her ground. Lulu and Brooklyn clash. Anna confides in Jason. Lucky gets an unpleasant surprise. On Wednesday, Carly confronts Jason. Ava asks Nina for a favor. Michael confers with Curtis. Trina supports Jocelyn. Drew steals a moment with Willow. Thursday, Jordan and Isaiah share a steamy moment. Oh, I like that. I like that. Drew gets a wake-up call. Gio opens up to Brooklyn. Tracy spars with Martin. Sasha and Jason find common ground. And then on Friday, Trina makes a promise to Laura. Curtis makes a big announcement. Alexis swallows her pride. Rick gets a surprising offer. And Carly updates Sonny on family matters.
All right.
So where do you want to start?
I guess at the beginning with Jason comforting Joss. That was nice. Like, he took her to the footbridge and let her talk about her feelings, and then Carly showed up and was there for her and whatever. And then it felt like the next day we saw her back at the apartment, and Trina was like, I thought you were staying at your mom's. And she was like, yeah, I just needed to be by myself, or like not have people constantly in my face or whatever. And so they bonded over their shared experiences of losing their men.
Yeah.
I just don't understand it. Like, I don't know. I still don't know what to say about it, because I just don't know why we needed to do this.
I cry at everything. I've not cried over Dex because I'm just kind of, that's where I am. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You know, it's just, there was so much potential. There was so much open-ended, you know? It was just, maybe it was fake. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he's not really dead. He's one that I'm kind of stuck on, though. Maybe he's not really dead. It was just part of the ploy to help catch whoever did that to Sam. And, they had to fake it and all that stuff. That's kind of where my thought process is, because it just does not make sense.
I would love for that to be it, but I don't think that Portia is good enough of an actress. Like, the character Portia is good enough of an actress, not the actress that plays Portia, to
she does a great job.
Exactly, to to pull that off, like to is in and be like, oh, you're in trouble, blah blah blah. I don't think that she could pull that off.
Yeah, and Liz wouldn't be bringing Lucky in if she knew anything about it.
Right.
I love Liz bringing Lucky into everything for support this week, though.
Yes. She was like, if you don't mind, I would like Lucky there. And she's like, okay, but it's hospital business. Like, he can't do anything for you. And then, Lucky was there whenever Rick came over. And I loved how annoyed he was. Like, he walked in the door and saw Rick and was like, are you really trying to protect her? Or are you just trying to be her hero? Because that's what you like. And I was like, thank you. And I don't know why Elizabeth has such faith in him even still, because she was like, no one wants my legal best more than Rick does. And I thought, that's not true. You could hire somebody else and they would be for you just as much as Rick is, because he's a slime ball.
Diane in a heartbeat.
Exactly.
You know, and she could hire Diane. She could hire Molly, but no, she couldn't, because she's for the DA's office. She could hire Alexis, yes, because Alexis would would Alexis be a conflict of interest since it involves Sam?
Maybe. But I also think that would be even more of a reason to listen, that she absolutely doesn't believe that Liz would do anything that would jeopardize Sam's care.
Yep.
So
yeah, she could hire Martin, you know, her former mother-in-law's brother.
Any of that stuff.
Yep. Mother-in-law? Mother-in-law's brother. Did I say mother-in-law or brother-in-law? I thought I said brother-in-law for a second. Okay, whatever I said.
You're good.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, just anyone other than Rick. Like some guy off the street over Rick.
Yeah.
I just don't trust him. And then he was getting all snippy with Lucky, like, well, I need to talk to her in private, so you can come back later. And Liz was like, no, that's okay. Lucky can stay here. And I was like, yeah, Lucky can stay here.
And then when Lucky said anything, he's like, excuse me for not using you as a medical expert witness or whatever.
Yeah.
But then after Rick left and Lucky was saying something and she stopped him and she's like, you do know that Rick agrees with you, right? And again, the look of annoyance on his face, like, I know,
right.
But.
Right, exactly. It doesn't matter if we're agreeing. He's still such a jerk.
Yeah, exactly. Do we want to keep on that, or do we want to get back to Joss?
Oh, I guess you can get back to Joss. I don't...
Kind of just stemmed off there.
Yeah. I guess I just feel bad. I feel bad for Joss, and I don't know what to do with that. And then you see Trina like trying to comfort her, but still totally different. And we saw Cameron come home for a day, and that was a nice...
See, I was just thinking, I'm like, actually, those two really go together just because then later we see Cam and he innocently asks, so what plans do you have with Dex for Christmas? And she tells him.
Yeah.
You know, and you could see like his heart was just broken for her.
Right. And then she didn't know how to feel about the new girlfriend being there. And he's like, yeah, we're on our way to Florida. Gonna go hang out with her family. So
the only thing I did not like is when Joss was alone talking with Dex, she thanked him for saving her.
Yeah. What?
She was in a great relationship with Cam. She cheated on Cam to be with Dex.
Yeah.
Cam was a great boyfriend. She was in school doing well. What did he save her from?
Yeah, I don't know. And even like her anger towards Sonny, like he helped her see a little bit of a different side, and then he got out of Sonny's business and went to the police academy and whatever. But still, I mean, we saw at the end of the week, her and Sonny kind of let bygones be bygones because they're family in some way, no matter what. And that was nice. But it's not like he reunited her with Sonny, that they had some great relationship or something. So I don't know what he saved her from. And I thought it was weird that Jason was standing in the doorway the whole time. Like, I understand wanting to be there for her, but I would have been standing like across the hall by the elevators or something, because he was legit listening to like everything that she said. And I was like, what?
Yeah. He's not the kind of guy that wouldn't, like, as soon as she started getting maybe a little bit too personal, he'd been like, hi, Joss. Like, hi,
right.
I'm right here. In case you want to not say something out loud. Yeah, because I mean, so I did like the part where she's like, you know, you challenged my thinking. You made me view things in a different perspective. Stuff like that. Like, absolutely. But the saving me?
No.
But I did like the... Well, and Jason kept trying to get in touch with Carly.
Yeah.
And no one could get in touch with Carly. And then poor Carly does, and it is poor Carly. She finds out through text
Yes.
with Michael.
Yep.
So what else?
I was kind of mad at Michael whenever Carly was trying to keep Michael from letting Nina and Willow take the kids to Nina's house because she knows that that establishes a precedence whenever it comes to the whole custody case or whatever. And he was like, I had to let them go because I didn't want to put my kids through what Morgan and I went through. I thought that was kind of crappy. Like, okay, I understand not having fights and using the kids against each other as a weapon or whatever, but this was like the first night. And Carly's saying, you just don't want to give up the rights to the fact that you want them to live in your home as easy as, oh, yeah, here, sure, take the kids because it doesn't look good in court. And then Nina turned around and is like, oh, yeah, let me hire Martin of all people. I didn't know that you could hire someone. Like, I didn't know I could hire an attorney for you to divorce JD just because I decided that that's what you needed to do.
Exactly. Like, you cannot drop my divorce papers and have it without my knowledge.
Right. Next time I see you, hey, by the way, Shan, I decided that you're getting divorced. Here's those papers I had drawn up.
What? JD, if you get divorce papers, they're from Amanda. He just said, uh-huh.
But like, seriously, how do you have the right to have separation papers and not just drawn up and served? Like, Willow didn't know anything about it, and Michael's already getting the papers.
Right. She didn't even decide if she wanted to.
No.
At no point did Willow say, I cannot wait to get divorced.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, but possession is not 9/10 of the law.
It is not. You're right. Children are not possession.
It is a common, but also it is a common phrase, meaning that if someone physically possesses something, they are generally considered to have a strong legal claim to it than anyone else, essentially implying that possession is a major factor in providing ownership in a legal dispute. However, it's important to note that it's not a strict legal principle, and other factors are still considered in determining ownership. I feel like it's just a Hollywood phrase, not a actual.
Right.
Well, and the other thing was, I was obviously mad at Willow because Michael comes down and she's like, Michael, I really need this. No.
Right.
Maybe he really needs to be with his kids, being that, his wife just slept with his uncle. Like, we don't care what you need right now, Willow.
Right. You're the bad.
You got what you wanted.
Exactly.
This is your consequence.
Mm-hmm. And then she's going to have to end up getting like a restraining order against Drew because here he comes.
She's inviting him, though.
No, but I mean, she's too wishy-washy because he showed up at the gatehouse, like looking for her, and then calls her, and Nina's like, don't answer that. And then she ends up seeing him at the community center thing for the whatever. And he's like, hey, I just wanted to talk to you. I thought maybe we could have a minute to talk, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, my kids are going to have it hard enough because they can't be with their dad Christmas morning. That's your choice.
Like, none of this has been decided yet. You didn't even, you both agreed that you were going to tell each other after Christmas, but that doesn't mean, okay, yes, it's going to be awkward, but if you actually focus on the kids, you can both be there for Christmas morning.
They 100% could have still both stayed at the gatehouse Christmas Eve. And once the kids went to bed, okay, one of them sleeps on the couch or one of them goes up to the main house and sleeps and then comes back down before the kids wake up or whatever. It is not like you have to keep them separated. And
that's what most people going through a rough time have to do. Not everyone has somebody else's house to go to or
can financially
to go stay. Yeah.
No, the whole thing just makes me annoyed. Like Willow keeps talking about, oh, I love these kids so much, blah, blah, blah. I can't be without them. Well, you're the one that jeopardized the fact that maybe you might have to be for some slimeball guy. And Nina will not tell her about him and her hooking up. And for once, Ava, who is always the oddball out, is like, no, seriously, listen, you have to be truthful. You can't keep doing this.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's going to backfire on her. And now it's like Nina could do no wrong. Willow counts on her mother so much. I did love, though, back at the gatehouse when Carly was like, if you think for 1 second that I am not going to, say things because the kids are here, you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, the kids deserve to be with their dad too. Michael did nothing wrong.
Right.
He
Exactly.
he happened upon the video. And as we hear later in the week when he's talking to Chase, he had no intention of showing her the video or even possibly letting her know about it, you know?
Right.
Yes, he has since slept with Sasha, and that was a mistake, but like that's a wrong thing he did. Okay, yes.
But like we've talked about,
he is not the driving force behind all this. He is the collateral damage between Willow and Drew. And apparently Drew tells Michael that he and Willow have formed such strong feelings. And then later on, Carly says something about how Drew took advantage of Willow when she was in a vulnerable state. No, she wasn't. She had... It's like we've talked about a million times. We would understand this a lot more if it had actually happened shortly after she had received her transplant, after she had experienced the near-death experience, you know, and if he was maybe taking care of her while she was healing and she was putting all those things together, you know, that didn't happen. That's not what was happening.
No, so she had a whole life after that she was building with Michael. And obviously we're not going to say that Michael being with Sasha was right, but we've talked about it before. There's a difference between out of anger or sadness going and having a one night stand, which even though Sasha wasn't a stranger, that's 100% what that was, versus an ongoing relationship where you're sneaking around trying to see each other like Drew was doing by showing up at the flu clinic.
Right. I mean, it's just, he's so creepy.
Yeah. And then, I don't have anywhere to go because I had to move out of my house because Jason and them are living there. And she's like, oh, you and Scout can come over to my mom's. Like, how does that not scream inappropriate to you? You don't think that Michael is going to be beyond angry whenever he finds out that his kids spent Christmas Eve with your lover?
Right. And Nina kind of says to him, like, at what point did you think it was okay to accept that invitation? Because it's the same thing. They both know the full truth. Willow doesn't. So Willow she's thinking of Scout. She's thinking that, and that's the other thing though. Like Drew is not thinking about Scout at all. And he's saying she is, or he's saying that he's thinking about her, but he's not, because if he was, he wouldn't be ruining her Christmas because he couldn't keep it in his pants.
Right. He's that man child. Like, I want what I want and I want it right now. I don't care about who it's affecting or who's going to hurt in the long term or any of that other stuff. And it's disgusting. Like, you are a grown man. Stop acting like a teenage boy who can't control his impulses or something ridiculous.
Teenage boys can control their impulses.
They can, but I just mean, like, you don't have that excuse of lack of age or experience to pretend like you really have to be driven by these desires. Like, we've all lusted after someone. You cannot go through with it. It's okay. You're allowed to.
I love Tracy and Ned telling him, so we're going to leak the video. Like, we're just trying to figure out how this is happening. And he's like, you're hurting Scout. And Tracy was like, no, you are.
Right.
Your actions are hurting your daughter.
Yep.
You know, and he says something about how everyone will be so ashamed of him. And she's like, you do not talk about Alan and Edward. And I did like, though, when he was like, or maybe I should withhold my father's pain or heart medication as I watch him dying. And I'm like, yes, Tracy did that. But I did like how, I think it was Drew. I think it was Drew who said, who in this family has never had an affair? And she's like, I haven't. She hasn't. We talked about this. Tracy never cheated.
Yep. You're talking to the wrong person, Drew.
Yep.
And I did like when Michael called him out too, because when they were talking about the whole leaking the video, Michael was like, no, I'm not going to. And then you benefit from that and can hide behind the fact that I'm a decent person and want to protect my kids and yours. And even Willow, because I don't want the whole world to know that she was hooking up in the nursery whenever you guys should have just been mourning Sam.
Yeah. I did like how when he showed up to the clinic / coat drive / food drive / toy drive. So it was just a drive.
I think it was just like a holiday.
Yeah.
Like, will towards everyone. Like, here, pick up some food if you need it. Drop off some food if you don't. And all convenient in one spot to get it done.
That's actually really not a bad idea.
No, it's not.
But Jordan is just across the way, giving him such a death glare.
I loved it.
I did too.
everybody was like, if you could kill someone with your looks right now, and she's like, he is just not a good guy. I do not like
Right.
him. He is bad, and he needs to stay away from Michael's wife.
Yep. What else? It was Nina told Martin that Drew took advantage of her took advantage of Willow when she was vulnerable, and that's how she was getting him. Either way, no,
Right,
she was not vulnerable.
That's how they were saying they were going to present it. Because when Martin was talking to Tracy, even, he was like, there's not a judge out there that's going to be like, we're going to take the children from this poor young mother who has struggled with being in a cult, and then she had to recover from leukemia and blah 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 blah. And Tracy was like, really? But they're going to take the kids away from a young father who didn't do anything wrong but support his wife during all of those things? Like,
Right. He said survived a cult and cancer. And I was like, yeah. I did think it was funny, though, when Martin was trying to serve Michael at the house, and Tracy's like, okay, so I'm just going to take a guess as to why you're here, and you're going to want to go tell Nina and Willow that, smarter and richer people have tried to go up against us, and we always win.
Right.
And Michael and Chase, first of all, Michael, wipe down the weights when you're done using them. If you like Chase, if you like anyone, you're just supposed to wipe down the equipment, guys. Come on. Anyway, moving on. Chase was so kind to him because Michael's like, I guess this is the payback that I get because I did the same thing to you. And Chase is like, not at all, because Chase and Sasha made it appear like they were having an affair intentionally to push Michael and Willow together.
Right.
So, yes, Michael did do that to him, but it was the same, but it wasn't the same. Like, it was not, theirs was more emotionally charged and more vulnerable for both of them, where it's still not okay. I was still chasing Willow back then, but they were trying to do what was best for Wiley.
Right.
And they found, like, that's the thing, is like, there is no connection between Drew and Willow. Like, this was forced upon us. We don't like it. Stop it.
No, it's so gross.
Hopefully there's no fireworks at Christmas this year. And that'd be a new one. Oh no, maybe the light gets lit and we're going to have a new aphrodisiac. The Christmas tree lights come on and I just couldn't control myself.
That's right.
He lit that fire, gave me some hot cocoa.
If there's snow on the ground, she's done for.
No, it's just, no.
I agree. It's all just gross.
Yeah, like maybe you should have been, and that's the thing, she's like, I have to think about my kids now. Maybe you should have been thinking about them.
Right.
At any point, when you were ditching your husband and family for the dinner.
Right.
When you kissed him for the second time, like all those things.
Mm-hmm.
But
no, she just made so many mistakes and it's gross. And now it's going to get ugly. And I'm sorry, but I hope that Michael wins because, first of all, he's going to be so angry that he just got served with these papers. And I know that wasn't Willow's fault. That was Nina's fault. But still, it appears to Michael as it is. Mm-hmm. And then finding out that Drew's there with his kids New Year's Eve.
Well, yeah, it looks like Willow wants to be with Drew and that's just finally able to happen,
Right. Right. And then she was getting like all smart because Drew said that Michael and Curtis stole his company. And she's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe Michael would do that.
Well, and then she said something about she doesn't know like how they're going to do Christmas, whatever. He's like, well, you're a great mother, and Michael's a great dad. And she's like, I can't believe you have a kind thing to say about him after what he just did to you. Girl.
Right. Right.
Michael did what he did in response to what you did.
Yep.
His way of payback is taking his company.
And I understand that Michael's motivation was the fact that Drew was hooking up with Willow or whatever. But on top of that, like, hey, Willow, why don't you hear what he was going to do to Curtis? Like, Curtis didn't any role in any of it. And he was going to get totally screwed out of his position.
Yep. I think that was actually more of Michael's. I don't think that Michael would have gone for Aurora if Drew hadn't tried to blackmail him with the CEO position and then find out, like, and give that to Curtis, and seeing how he was double crossing his friend, as Curtis, reminded him this week that the only reason he was going to Michael about being a CEO is because of what he did. He's like, because you were stepping out on like with his wife. That's why you did it. It has nothing to do. Yes, Michael is technically more qualified for what, then you would have done that initially.
Right.
This wouldn't just be I just realized that Michael's had more, high ranking CEO, operational level than you have. That's been a fact the entire time. You still were offering all of this to Curtis. You backtracked. And I really don't. I don't know if Michael would have gone that route if Drew hadn't given him the leverage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. She needs to see the big picture and understand that Drew is just gross.
He's just acting so creepy too. Like, it's just.
Right. Like, he just couldn't stay away from her. Like, okay, problem, dude.
Oh, and Carly told Sonny about Drew and Willow. And they're both like, oh, I did like Jason. Jason was great this week.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's telling Carly, was not my place to tell you about Michael, Willow, Drew. She's like, well, then whose was it? He's like, Michael's, and walks away.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, you had your chance, and this is why you beat him up. Let me have my chance. They're going down, blah, 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 blah. They're going to pay.
I did like whenever we kind of saw her take a step back, but like she went off like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. And then she kind of looked at Jason and he was like, yeah, you're not doing any of that. You're going to let Michael handle it himself because he's an adult. And she like kind of got that mom look of like, man, it sucks whenever they're old and you just want to still fight for them, but you have to let them be grown-ups because there's still consequences that she can't go off on Willow like that because she is the mother of the grandkids and whatever. But yeah, I liked her more this week because you saw both sides of it, where last week it was like, calm down, Carly.
Yeah, you saw her trying to restrain herself. And then I really liked when Tracy spoke with Jason at the end of the week saying, I've never kept it secret how much I don't like you. You're a murderer, you're a gangster. You have such disdain for the family, but you feel like you're entitled to just be able to just move back in. And he's like, but Danny does. He's like, I'm here for Danny, and Danny has a right to be around his family. And you could just see like her get a little bit. Tracy had a lot of growth moments this week because
she did because she was a jerk a couple times and had to get put back in her place.
Yeah, but then she tells Jason that she vastly prefers his presence over his. Oh, she said something about, she called Drew something, and then that Jason is actually a true member of the family.
Yes.
But yeah, Tracy had it out with Sasha.
Over eggs.
Over eggs. I mean, there is a big difference between Eggs Benedict and scrambled, but as everyone was saying, today's the anniversary of Liam passing away.
And it's not like Sasha makes mistakes like that every day. It's not like it was the fourth day in a row and you could be like, you're just ignoring my request at this point. It was it was one time.
Right.
Snap that bad.
Because then Tracy went down to the stables. Maxie was there inviting Cody to the Scorpio Jones festivities. And Tracy went looking for Sasha. She's like, oh yeah, that's right. You're her cousin. She's not going to be here anymore. But Maxie was like, yeah, so how about you take it easy on her? This is why. And Tracy just says, thank you for the information, goes to the church, talks to her, and they agree that they're not going to like each other. But Sasha's like, I will not be disrespected that way.
Right.
And as Tracy's leaving, someone walks in with his head down and she's praying out loud, talking about her baby. And it's Sidwell.
Right. So are we not done traumatizing Sasha? We have to let her get up again or something. She's going to lose this Sidwell. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Leave poor Sasha alone.
Oh, seriously.
Pay attention. The ferry leaves at 10 a.m. Roads are busy.
Great.
Dad, pack the boot.
Yeah.
Rosie, got your teddy?
Uh-huh.
Honey, how's the car?
Windows clean, car wax
I
covered.
meant the tyres.
Oh, sorted them at Quick Fit last week.
Brilliant.
Planning the perfect getaway this summer? Make sure your tyres are up for the job. Book today at quickfit.com or your local centre. Quick Fit. Drive away happy every time.
She was cute with Jason this week too. Like, she was looking down doing something. She's like, put the plate down. And he's like, no, I'm going to do it. And she was like, would you like if someone else did your job? So put the plate down.
Yeah. And then he thanked her for always having the kids' snacks.
Yeah.
That's sweet. That's okay. Question. Were you picking up on like a little bit of that was cute?
There it was. It was extra cute a little bit. I don't know.
I was kind of liking that.
I don't know if go there because Michael was there.
Right.
Even if no one ever discloses that Michael was there recently, I feel like Jason might have some better boundaries, but I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. It was nice though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because then Sasha was trying to help Michael get tea for Monica. And she's like, oh, I know her favorite blend. And she picked up the tin and smelled it. And obviously the smell was making her nauseous.
Yep.
And then she just wished him Merry Christmas.
Yep. I liked the maybe sparks between Lulu and Cody too, though, whenever she went down to the station. Like, hey, wait, you're the guy. And he was like, yeah, why are you getting in strangers' cars? What's wrong with you? And they went back and forth. And then he was teasing her that she still owes him $20. And he was like, or she was like, you can have Dante pay you back. It's fine.
Right. And then earlier in the week, she and Dante were at, whatchamacallit?
What is that restaurant called?
Surf Lodge. Because, you know,
there's so much surfing going on in the heated lake.
And she's getting upset about only being able to drink, what was it? It was like club soda and lime.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, that's fun. You just had a liver transplant.
Right. Slow it down.
I don't know if you are allowed to, but I'm pretty darn sure within a month and a half, it's probably not recommended. Like, is no one talking to her about how she needs to heal?
Right, exactly. Like, shouldn't she be having a follow-up just based on that? Like, I understand when she was in a coma, no one thought
she did. Remember, Laura said last week she now has a fully functioning liver 4 months early.
Yeah.
4 months before the earliest most people do.
I would think someone still needs to sit down with her again and be like, hey, let's talk over this.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, he's basically like, you know, I could have shot you. How do you think I was going to tell Rocco if I killed you?
Yeah, that was nice. She apologized for being dumb.
And then later on, when it was after Lulu and Cody were talking, then Brooklyn was there. And I don't even know I know what they were bickering about because they were talking about how she's like, oh, I'm surprised you didn't go behind my back while I was in a coma. You didn't go behind your back because you weren't with him. You were actually in the process of getting engaged to another guy that you were going to be turning down and telling Dante that you still loved him. But the perception was you were with somebody else.
Right.
And also that whole thing with Dante and Brooklyn happened.
She said 2010. Brooklyn said 2010.
So like 10 years before the accident.
Yeah.
And they had maintained a friendship since then.
Right.
Because there was never a threat.
Like, you're going way too far back, girlfriend. That happened way before you went in the coma.
Yep. But it's like, you know, Dante, it was never a threat. Brooklyn was never a threat. Again, at least. And then Brooklyn and Dante talk, and they talk about that summer.
Mm-hmm. And then we see Brooklyn talking to Maxie about how she's trying to have a baby and she's getting concerned because she's been taking her temperature and taking ovulation tests and they've been trying so hard and it hasn't worked. You've been trying for what, 2 months? Like,
I don't even feel like it was that long, but at the same time, I feel like the past 2 months have gone quickly because next week it'll be 2 months since Sam died.
Okay. Well, still.
But do you know what I'm saying? Like, it feels like that just happened and the past 2 months have gone very quickly, but exactly.
But 2 months and like, I'm glad that you've been trying real hard, but that doesn't change the fact that physically there are only so many days that can happen. So if you're trying, you know, any attempt that you're making on the 27 days that don't count, that doesn't do anything for you. So your chances, like, I don't know. I don't understand why she's not going to the girly doctor and having the conversation, or why Maxie isn't instantly being like, you know, it's normal for younger couples to not get pregnant if it's been more than 6 months, then maybe start getting concerned. But you literally have only done this for a month.
Right. I don't know.
I just don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that her and Dante had a baby and then she had an abortion or she had some crazy complication. Or
that it's Geo.
Right. Or that it's Geo.
No, Because no, and more importantly, above anything else, other than that just being in a horrible storyline to begin with, that poor kid mourned his parents.
Right.
Do you know how much that is going to mess him up? He is a good kid.
Yep.
And he finds out that his entire life was a lie from the people that he obviously adores and loves so much. That's just not fair. We're not doing it.
Nope. But they do keep alluding to it because that's all Gio says to her. You're such a good mom. You're such a good mom. You're such a good mom.
Mm-hmm. And she's worried that she's spoiling Scout and Danny. And he just told her, he's like, listen, no amount of presents you buy them, they're missing their mom no matter what. So
right.
yeah, I'm not liking it.
Mm-mm.
I'm just so confused. I feel like we have two general hospitals going on right now, because on the flip side, Cam comes home. He and Lucky sing the first Noel together beautifully, absolutely beautifully. You know, we find out that the boys all have a group thread. We find out that Liz was sad but prepared for Cam to not be spending Christmas there. You know, she's like, he kept not answering the question, and it was just like kind of being dodged. She's like, so I had a feeling that this was going to happen. I just didn't know it was going to happen yet. I mean, we're both there. You know, it's like I keep thinking this is possibly the last. Yeah, we just. I mean,
it's not fun.
Sweet.
It's not
exactly.
Fun.
I did like when Cam was confiding in her about how, you know, it took me a long time to heal after Joss, and I didn't want to bring Gretchen around or talk about her too much until I knew exactly what it was. And then Liz said something about, oh, I understand completely about not wanting to put too much thought into something in case it's not what you think it is or whatever. But then she takes it and she's like, you know, or if you guys are just having fun. She's like, Mom, no. He's like, Mom, no, I am not a have fun kind of guy. And she's like, I know, I'm just saying. Like,
right.
You know, I thought that was cute. I thought that was really cute. And it's, you know, it's nice to be able to have those awkward conversations that you don't want to be having with your kids, but at the same time,
the fact that you're close enough with them that you can say those things.
Right. Yeah. Right. Exactly. So I really liked that. But yeah, Cam and Lucky singing the first Noel, their harmonies are so good.
It was very, very cute.
It was so good. Anything else happened with them this week? I don't think so, really.
No, not really.
We forgot to say that Liz is actually more on desk duty now, and Rick told her that she really should not be at the hospital at all.
Right.
But she's not allowed to be patient-facing, really.
Yeah. She can't leave her people. I did feel bad for her, though, whenever they said, she was like, we can do Christmas now, it's fine. And then she was like, but Gretchen, honey, I didn't know you were coming. Like, I don't have anything. And the boys are like, oh, it's okay. Like, we're good. Like, Jake ran upstairs to get a present, was like, ran upstairs to get a present and was like, I got something for her, because in the group thread we were talking about it, and I was like, that's just like your kid. Like, why wouldn't you say something to me?
Right. Like, maybe give Mom a heads up of, oh, hey, I'm going to the mall on that day that he was at the mall with all of his friends while you were picking out the Christmas tree. Right. I knew that you weren't getting this information, so I went ahead and went to Bath and Body Works and picked up a nice gift set. Yep. You owe me $25. You know, like
right, exactly. I was at the candle sale. You owe me $10. Like, come on.
Right. Right. Yep.
Darn.
But no, that was sweet though.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved Cam though. He's like, oh, I bought everybody gifts. I just forgot that they would be on the in my baggage going to Florida.
Yep. So I'm glad that we got to see him. That was a nice Christmas surprise, even if it was just for the day.
Mm-hmm. It was worth it to hear him. And we got 2 songs already out of Lucky, and he's been back for a while by now, but
and back with Liz, not even officially. That's a lot already.
Mm-hmm. So. Oh yeah, they're gonna have their own group chat soon,
right? Oh, so cute.
What else? Oh, Anna talking to Jason about Dex's death and how she's going to get Jason's on it. Jason's starting to kind of look into it. I'm surprised that he hasn't gone to Liz yet.
Right? They're good enough friends that he should definitely be like, all right, give me the down low here, because I know you wouldn't do anything to hurt Sam. And Dex is like, why would you hurt him? So what's the information?
That actually would have been really interesting to have him there also with Rick and Lucky.
Great.
I mean, while we're at it.
Would have been a Merry Christmas for Liz. She had all her men in there. Oh, and then we saw Martin going to Laura and being like, Anna and Jason are awful because they were trying to find out where Valentine is. And she instantly was like, do you know where Valentine is? And he was like, no, I told you. I don't.
Right.
I would tell you.
At the end of the week when Anna saw Laura and was like, does she know about Charlotte? And I totally forgot about this. And Laura's like, you mean when you shot her? I mean, and she didn't say it like that cold, but I'm like, oh, yeah.
But it also made sense that no, Lulu's not going to know that yet. Like, why would you bring that up? Lulu would just be angry at Anna because she wouldn't understand the circumstances. And Charlotte wouldn't even be there to be like, no, listen, Mom, it was absolutely, my responsibility too, because I broke into her apartment and was standing there in a cloak. So.
Right. After she had already been harassing her. Right. And terrorizing her, not even harassing. She was terrorizing her.
Right.
After I burnt down her house and then trashed her hotel room.
Yeah.
And now she's living in Maxie's apartment, Yeah. I feel like Lulu is getting so many half stories or half details. And then she's jumping to these conclusions that just is out there. Yeah. But it was sweet to see her go back to Tracy.
Yes.
That monster.
Yeah. I just like even the entrance. She was arguing with Drew, and you just like heard from the foyer, that monster. Who are you yelling at now? And it was like, oh, they're gonna have a nice union. That's so cute.
And I talked about Luke.
Yeah, that was sad, but it was nice. It was very nice.
There's only really a couple other things. There's Curtis and Michael reached an agreement where Curtis is going to be CEO for the next 5 years. He cannot be voted out or be asked to step down.
Yeah, that was smart.
But also there, as Holly mentioned, the insider trading fraud stuff they leaked the inaccurate year-end report. And so the stock started to tank. Right. And then Michael bought up like all the shares as soon as it went below $15.
I thought it was ridiculous that Michael's like, oh, I have the perfect friend at the New York Times I can link this to. Like, do you not think anyone's investigating those links and being like, oh, that's funny. It was accidentally linked with incorrect information. You're going to get people in trouble that don't need to be in trouble. And why are you doing this?
Well, and Curtis even said that so when Drew found out and he went and he's like, well, what are you doing to fix this? He's like, oh, it's already in the process of being fixed. We're good. And he said, he's like, you and Michael double crossed me. Like he was so surprised that they did it. And he's like, I would have been impressed if you hadn't just done this to me. But he even said, he's like, I went to jail for this stuff. He's like, how do you guys think you're going to get away with it? And he said, well, it's just going to have been an accident, a clerical error that the wrong document was released.
Right. Oops.
But if that was true, well, okay, so I don't know. I mean, I know that companies buy up their own stock all the time and everything, but it is suspicious now that Michael has bought up all those stocks.
Right, exactly. It would be one thing if he had other investors that were like diversifying it and, you buy 5, I'll buy 5 kind of thing. But one person is buying up all the stocks. Like, why would you?
Like maybe have 20 people each buying huge amounts. Sure. Yeah. Sorry, we're not like really... I don't know if that would actually work, but whatever. It was enough to knock Drew out. And that's what mattered the most.
It would have made sense. I have limited knowledge of stocks, but if you were trying to not make it look like insider trading, to have you buy some, I buy some, so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. And then 6 months from now, hey, I'm going to buy all yours. And then 6 months later, I'm going to buy all JD's. And then 6 months later, buy all Ryan's. Like, okay, then I can pretend like, oh yeah, I didn't just tank the company for no reason and then buy it all up. And instead, anyone, I mean, again, limited knowledge, and all of us are like, insider trading again. Like, what are you doing? Right.
It's because then also the notary. Oh, I was so impressed that they actually had that paperwork notarized, though.
Yes.
I was very impressed. But those are dated documents. So although this all happened on the same date, Michael and Curtis signed the contract the same day that the stock started to tank.
Right.
There wasn't a time, but Michael has also not officially been named as CEO.
Right.
And Drew says to Curtis, "You're my friend." And Curtis turns around. He's like, "No, I was. I thought you were mine. And then you did this to me." So guess what, dude? Curtis is smart. But then he tells the entire family, "Oh, Marshall came home for Christmas." And he tells the entire family, "Yeah, so I'm CEO for the next 5 years." And everyone's like, "That's a very specific number."
Right. Like, there's no negotiations with that. You're just like, I'm set. I have a set contract. Okay.
Yep. So, and then, I mean, he's very confident that it's going to be a great 5 years. I mean, so I hope that it is for him. I agree. Like you said earlier, like he did absolutely nothing to be in this position. You know, he trusted Drew.
Well, that's why I'm frustrated. Like, even Michael said, like, are you sure you want to go through with this? Because Drew knows this, and this. Like, it's going to look this way. And Curtis is like, yep, here, sign the paper. So I'm in for 5 years. Dude, I don't think that was the right decision. I think that, maybe have something that he signs that is holding him to, again, 6 months. He's going to put you in charge or something. But I wouldn't want my name now.
No, exactly. Or, I don't know. But then Portia's all proud of him. And it's like, that's blackmail, honey.
Yeah.
And you know it. I mean,
right.
But it's not. It is, but it isn't. Because Curtis is just getting what Drew told him that he was going to give him.
Yes. I mean, it's different, but it's not. Like, it is blackmail. And she's not happy whenever she gets caught up and Brad's blackmailing her. So she should see the other side and be like, hey, as much as I understand your motivation and like, yeah, we're going to make all this money, I am not sure that this is the ethical way to go about this and that you might get.
Yeah. Oh, and then Dr. Gannon, Isaiah, and Jordan got stuck in the steam room.
I don't like him yet still. I need more information. Like, he's cute and sure, like, I'll look at him, take your shirt off, sit there in a towel. But anything more than that, I don't like him enough to see him getting involved with Jordan. Like, she's had enough heartbreak. She needs to know more about him first. We don't have a good guy yet.
I'm just really glad that nothing happened in the steam room. Like, that's where I was. And he was accidentally went into the women's steam room. He thought that the sign, I did like how he starts to say, he's like, you know what, just never mind. I'm here. This happened. I'll leave. And the steam room is stuck. And then so they decide to start banging on the door. And someone says, "Are you in the steam room? Are you locked in?" And then Jordan's answering. And then he does. She's like, "Sir, do you know?" And he's like, "Oh my gosh, not the point right now."
It doesn't matter. What matters is I need to get out and I can't.
But they called the fire department.
That's like, you don't have a maintenance man, a janitor.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, you didn't think maybe, and it was the doorstop. Like, honey, you didn't look down and see that the doorstop was wedged underneath? Because if it was on the other side, she should have been able to pull it out.
Yep.
But whatever. So weird. But I mean, it was okay. So yeah, I just don't know where we're going.
If it would have been one or the other, if it would have been them at the flu clinic where she's like, "Oh my God, I hate shots, blah, blah," and then he's like, I'm done. Like, I don't know why you're still whining because I'm done. Or room, I would have been okay. But both of them in 1 week, I'm like, slow down. I don't.
Well, and then Felicia had been asking, I was just thinking back to the drive. Felicia was talking to Willow about trying to get the kids together.
Right?
What kids are having play dates?
Bailey, Lou, and
Amelia?
I feel like that age difference is still too much, but okay.
Because James and Wiley is. Georgie and Wiley is.
Yeah.
Like, what kids are we getting together? Bailey, Lou, and Wiley? No. Are they closer?
No. I don't think.
All right. Bailey Lou was born on May 27th, 2021. So she's 3.
Great. I was going to guess that.
And Wiley is 6?
6 or 7. And Amelia is only like 1, right?
So Wiley is 8.
Oh, wow.
We are correct, though. He was born in 2018. So technically, we are correct with 6. However, he is supposed to be 8.
Okay.
Now. And Amelia, why do I feel like she's 2?
I thought she was only 1.
She'll be 2 next month.
Oh, all right.
On January 31st.
All right. I guess 2 and 3 could. How old's James?
Hold on. So she was born January 31st, 2023. It was revised to 22. So she's already 2. She's going to be 3 next month.
Okay. So that's why.
James is probably 8. Maybe the boys. Then why didn't she say the boys? James is 8. Okay, there.
Okay. So
I don't feel like James and Wiley are the same age, though. Like, even actor-wise.
I thought that wasn't Wiley already in school whenever they were taking James for something, or vice versa. I don't know. But okay, so they played with everyone's ages. That now the kids are similar in age. So it was still.
James was also born in 2018. So yeah, no, they are actually the same age.
Oh,
and then they were both revised to be 2016.
Huh.
So they're both actually the same age originally and now.
Okay.
Gary James Fuller. James is 9. The actor is 9.
Okay.
And so is Wiley.
Huh.
Aw, they're actually only... James was born October 28th, 2015, and Vernon's November 11th. So, like, they're 5 days apart. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. That's cute.
So why do we not...
They must have fun parties on set.
So the actor who portrays James, his middle name is James.
Cute.
That is so cute, though, that they're actually only 5 days apart.
That is cute. All right. So
in real life,
they can have play dates, but it's still weird that it's Felicia who's trying to set them up. Like Maxie's not around or something.
Yeah. But also, we've never seen them.
We've never seen them have a play date. And
no. Well, that's the thing. Like, why aren't they saying, hey, we just had a month ago, because typically, at least in Pennsylvania, like, or at least in Pittsburgh, like in our area, Election Day is also typically parent-teacher conference day. It's, hey, we noticed that James and Wiley are getting along great. They seem to be best friends. Or like, why don't we hear them talking about each other? Like, oh, Wiley is not saying, I would love to go horseback riding with James sometime. Right. James invited him, like we could have them actually being, this is another thing, but it just feels like it's being forced on us. And it's like, the kids can talk.
Right, exactly. It'd actually be pretty cute for them to be like, hey.
It would be. That'd be so cute.
It's just not Maxie.
Yeah. Or even have like you said, Maxie and Willow talking about, hey, James can't stop talking about Wiley. It would be great to have you guys over sometime.
Right. Or just have a random play date that like happens. Like we're at the park and you show up and the kids start playing and then be like, oh my gosh, they're having such a nice time together. Why don't we do this next week? Right.
Yeah. It was just weird. So, I do think that was it. Oh, Brennan and Sonny have never met.
Yeah, that was weird.
And Carly brings the head of the WSB to her gangster ex-husband.
Yep.
For Christmas without checking.
Right. And suddenly Sonny and Carly are spending Christmas together again. And we have Joss and Christina there. And
oh, they Joss loved Joss this week. Yes. Heartbreakingly loved Joss, but I feel like she made a lot of amends this week. Oh gosh, when Anna and Jason were talking and she was saying about how Joss yelled at her and said, do not hand me his flag at his funeral.
Yeah.
And Jason told Anna she was acting out in that moment. She was responding to that moment, and at that time, fair statement.
Right. Oh, we didn't talk about Alexis and Diane. Diane came over. Like,
yes.
Hey, I'm going on my trip. Are you sure you don't want to come with me? And that was the unexpected call or whatever for that Rick got because Alexis called him over to be like, hey, we need to make things as nice as possible for Molly, blah, 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 blah. But Rick was too busy. I guess he did show up, but originally he was too busy at freaking Nina's house.
He did drop everything and go, though, for Molly. The second he got that call, he was gone. It wasn't even a question of, oh, what time do you need me there? It was, cool, coming.
I guess I can give him that little bit of credit. I just don't like him. And him and Ava, like all smoochy. Ugh, no.
Well, also, despite your feelings for Rick, we have discussed the fact that he does love Molly.
He does.
You're really telling me that it did not cross either Alexis or Rick's mind that they were going to have to do something significant this year for Molly to make sure that she felt supported, where she's just separated from her partner and lost her baby and is having a falling out lost a sister and is having a falling out with the other one. Neither one of them. I appreciate the fact that Diane was like, you guys really should. I honestly feel like one of the two of them it would be out of character, but one of the two of them would have come to the realization, okay, I really have to talk to the other one and we have to do this, because that is how they actually have been in the past. It's typically they can suck it up whenever it comes to being there for one of the girls. So,
yep.
Yeah. But we are not, and I will repeat this, we are not getting Alexis and Rick back together.
No.
This is not happening.
No.
They're not going to have a special spark.
No.
Oh, and then the only other thing was that Sonny apologized to Michael about using him and Morgan against Carly and like how unfair that was.
Yeah.
And he respects Michael for not doing that with Willow.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think that's it.
That's it. Reality check.
So how was your week?
It was okay. I feel not ready for Christmas still, more than I feel like I've ever felt before. But it was nice. Madeline had her chorus concert that I was anticipating last week. And so it was cute to see all the kids up there. This is that age that like you kind of look at the kids and it's, I don't know, it's like shocking how old they are, but how young they are too. Like you have one kid come out and you swear the little girl's like probably wearing a 6X still. And then the next girl comes out and you're like, if you gave her a fake ID, she could probably pass for 21. And then like another boy will come out and you're like, he looks like he's in second grade. And then another boy comes out and you're like, oh my God, I would think that he was in college. And it's so crazy because they're all.
She's 12.
12, yeah.
When I was, so I mean, you're a tall girl. So when I was in, that would have been 7th grade for me, was when I was 12. But like when I was in elementary school, one of my really good friends, she matured much earlier than all of us. And I was short. I was a wee little thing. And we have like all these pictures of where I'm little and she's not. And now I'm taller than her. But now I'm taller than her.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Or I'm at least the same height, at least, but it's, I know what you're talking about because we'd be together and it was like, I was so little.
Yeah, exactly. Like, not to shame anyone, because again, like we can't control how we grow.
It's just a weird age.
But like looking at them, like one little girl would be in a dress that you could tell like totally came from the kids section, like with the print that looks like it could have been wrapping paper and like the big bow or whatever. And then the girl next to her is in this like short sweater dress, skin tight, and you're like, how are the two of you the same age? This is crazy. And the same thing with the boys. Like one's dressed like all sloppy, baggy clothes, whatever. And then the next kid comes out and he's in this like perfectly fitted suit. And you're like, what? How are you guys all ages? It's crazy. And Madeline's just kind of in the middle. Like she still has a little bit of that baby look, but she's definitely getting older and like, doing the makeup and whatever. But anyway, it was a good concert. It was cute. It's just, one of those times that hits you like at how old they really are. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Yeah. Because some of the kids that were there were Girl Scouts that I had too. So it was funny just to like see them and be like, oh my gosh, they're so old now. But anyway, so yeah, that was that. And then I don't know, just kind of like hung out and tried to do some more shopping and try to figure out my life because I don't know. And
good luck on that.
like that pressure of the new year, like I'm supposed to have this figured out by now, aren't I? And I still don't. And then Madeline went with her dad today, so she'll be gone until Christmas Eve. So these are my days to get all my stuff together for her and out while she's not around. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's it. I don't know. Merry Christmas to everyone. I hope you got your stuff together in time. Yes. I probably still won't have.
No, I hear you. We're supposed to be wrapping tonight. So we're recording on Saturday, but we're supposed to be getting some wrapping done tonight. And because the kids are with their dad, they went over for the weekend. I had like super highs and super lows this week. I almost needed bail money from a meeting regarding my daughter getting a job and her being totally disrespected and me being totally disrespected. And JD came to the meeting and he was like, he's like, I couldn't say anything. He's like, I was so scared of saying the wrong thing. Cause I mean, he knows stuff. Like, he knows stuff, but he doesn't know all the details enough to fight the way that I was. Right. And he's like, I had to bite my tongue so hard because of how much, like, it was very obvious that we were not being listened to.
Yeah.
And I think that these people are forgetting they're not the ones who have to make it all work.
Exactly.
That's me.
Right. And they're not going to give her enough training. And then whenever something happens because she gets frustrated because she hasn't had enough training, then they're going to turn around and hold that against her and be like, oh, well, she had this outburst. Well, she had the outburst because you didn't properly train her.
Right. So yeah, that was my Wednesday. But on Tuesday and Thursday, we went to a couple different lights. Tuesday night, we went to the Pittsburgh Zoo lights. And then Thursday, we went to Phipps Conservatory to see their lights because we had to work off my son's work schedule. And he's pretty much working every day. So those were the two that we were able to, we knew that we could get to before Christmas too. I mean, it's fine to go afterwards, but it's different. So
no, I wanted to go to Kennywood because I've been talking about it for weeks. I wanted to go to Kennywood last night and I said something to Madeline. She was like, nah, we already did the zoo and I did Ogle Bay or whatever that is in West Virginia. My dad, so I'm good. And I'm like, well, I wanted to go see more lights.
Right. Yeah. Well, they did the same one with their dad. Well, she did. I don't think my son was home from college yet when he did. But yeah. So it was just like a very interesting week. We had the last holiday party right after that meeting on Wednesday. So after the holiday lunch, I did not have anything else really going on. So I introduced Erica to my favorite margarita place.
Ah, nice.
Yes. So we had a good time.
Good.
So, I mean, yeah, it was a very emotional week, like very big highs and big lows. So,
well, you made it through. Now we're on to Christmas.
Yep. Yeah. Join us on Thursday as we continue talking about Lucky and have a Merry Christmas.
That's right. Merry Christmas. And yeah, have a good week.
And we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to pier54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review.
And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Pier 54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at pier54podcast@gmail.com.
Pay attention. The ferry leaves at 10 a.m. Roads are busy.
Great.
Dad, pack the boot.
Yeah.
Rosie, got your teddy?
Uh-huh.
Honey, how's the car?
Windows clean, car wax
I
covered.
meant the tyres.
Oh, sorted them at Quick Fit last week.
Brilliant.
Planning the perfect getaway this summer? Make sure your tyres are up for the job. Book today at quickfit.com or your local centre. Quick Fit. Drive away happy every time.
LifeLock, how can I help?
The IRS said I filed my return,
But I haven't.
1 in 4 tax-paying Americans has paid the price of identity fraud.
what do I do?
My refund, though.
I'm freaking out.
Don't worry, I can fix this.
LifeLock fixes identity theft guaranteed and gets your money back with up to $3 million in coverage.
I'm so relieved.
No problem. I'll be with you every step of the way.
1 in 4 was a fraud-paying American. Not anymore. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.